Hey guys, welcome back to Kara's Cakes. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make shortbread cookies because in my last video where I showed how to make royal icing, I'll link that above here. A lot of people were asking for the shortbread cookie recipe that I show in that video. I have my cue card here with all of my ingredients and I will list them down below, but I'll walk you through it as well. So if you want to make some shortbread cookies, keep on watching. First things first, I'm going to set my oven to 325. And while that heats up, I'm going to get my sheet pans ready with parchment. Alright, so what you're going to need is 2 cups of softened butter, a cup of icing sugar, half a cup of cornstarch, and 3.5 cups of flour. I also just filled up this cup measure with flour for my surface and my rolling pin, just so I don't stick anything to the dough. First I'm going to take the butter and cream that in the mixer. The recipe originally says to cream the butter and the icing sugar and cornstarch together, but I like to cream the butter on its own first and then add the icing sugar and butter. Okay, so after my butter is all whipped up, I'm going to add in the cup of icing sugar and the cornstarch. And then I'm gonna mix that together a little bit and scrape down the sides and let that mix together for a little bit. Alright, you can see now that the icing sugar, cornstarch, and butter is all smooth. So I'm gonna scrape down the sides. And the recipe does not call for vanilla, but I still add it. And I don't measure. I'd say it's about 2 teaspoons, maybe a tablespoon. And adding vanilla like this is going to make you need to add more flour at the end. Next, I'm going to add the flour a little bit at a time until it forms a dough. Alright, it's not sticking to my fingers at all, so that is when you can tell it's ready to roll out. Alright, so now that my dough is ready, I make sure the work surface is clean and I flour it generously. And this is my rolling pin. I think it's from Wilton. I'll link that down below if you're interested in buying this rolling pin. We're gonna get it out of the bowl. Looks a little clumpy now, but we're gonna work it together, and I want to scrape all of everything that's left of the bowl so you don't waste it. Make sure your hands are clean and then work that together. It's a little bit messy. I'm gonna flour it. And the reason you flour your rolling pin is because you don't want anything to stick. And then you're just gonna roll it out. It's really soft dough, so don't roll it out too thin. So the order I'm doing these for, I need hearts and just a plaque. So I'm gonna go ahead and you can rub the cutter in the flour and punch it in. For transferring your cookies to the baking sheets, I would use a small offset spatula or anything like this to transfer over, just so you don't damage the cookie. These don't really spread, so you can get them pretty close on the cooking sheet as well. Alright, so the oven is set to 325, and I'm gonna pop in the cookies. 15 minutes, and then check them after that. So I just measured for you, and most of my cookies are about a 1/4 inch thick. Okay, so the timer just went off, and as you can see, they're still pretty white, and they've been in there for 15 minutes. It won't take them long to get golden brown on the edges, so I'm just gonna set the timer for 3 more minutes and keep an eye on them. Okay, so get my oven mitt on. You can see they're a little bit golden brown around the edges, and that is what we want. I'm going to show you underneath. See how it is golden brown underneath? So I ended up putting them in for 21 minutes. Just keep an eye, you want them to look just like this with the golden brown underneath. And then you're gonna let them cool for a few minutes on the baking tray before switching them to a cooling rack. Okay, so I just took the second tray out of the oven, golden brown. They're gonna cool, and I'm gonna transfer them onto the wire racks like these guys over here. Alright guys, so that is it for my video on how to make shortbreads. If you have any questions, if I left anything out, leave them down below in the comments section. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more videos from me. Thanks for watching, and see you next Sunday.